Gives it up to Swain. 5 to shoot. Spins past Yelovich. Come on!
Pops out to Swain. 2-on-1. Pope. There's a lob. Dailyn Swain.
Skip pass at Swain.
They can overhelp on Swain because he's not a three-point shooter, but he can't do that. Yeah.
There's a steal. Swain on the move. And one.
Shooting woes from the perimeter. If they could just be average as opposed to below average, you could see another national championship.
Sets.
And this is what Texas can do. They can reset it and still run their offense and get a quality shot at the end of the shot clock.
How about that spin side? Swain hunting for one. Hammered. Heide rejected. 5 to shoot. And Swain.
Anything.
There was just no driving lanes available. That's the only option.
Swain.
You need that size. He's got to be smart about fouls.
There's Swain probing, and just he's coming off his best offensive game. Loss at Tennessee. And man, this LSU team really showed a lot of heart and a lot of fight. Swain the extra.
Less than 5 to play. Swain off the Hezzy. Swain in the air for.
Kept the Tigers in the fight and ultimately helped them get this 3-point lead, their largest of the game. Swain. Pope wanted to get it to him, but he was walled off by Williams-Adams. Swain now with less than 10 to shoot. Spins through a double. Lays in 11 minutes to play. Swain, a look at the shot clock. 3 to go. Swain drills a 3.
For the Gators, here come the Longhorns. Wilcher to Swain. Swain downhill, jams it home.
Possession here is important for Texas. Get a good look and get your defense set.
Here comes Swain. Full head of steam. Bottled up, pump fake. And one!
There by Dorian Staples. Longhorns have the rebound. Here's Swain drives, spins, uses the glass to score.
Down to 10 on the shot clock. Weaver the kick. Swain leans in, goes to the...
Porter Moser says Dailyn Swain elite at getting to the
Central site victories to be had in the SEC tournament.
There's Dailyn Swain to the hoop in the SEC tournament in the final first round bye. What happened was we did indeed have the correct information coming on air, and there was a tie.
But he did, and he brought the house down with him. Swain the response. He took his eye off the prize, angled towards the rim. Swain, and a chance for 3. That was one of the best games, maybe of this decade in college basketball.
Yeah.
Back and forth nature of it.
Extremely careless with the basketball.
Dailyn Swain, big shot. 21.7 rebounds.
Sure.
And he fouls out with 2.5 minutes to go.
The defensive player of the year in the SEC.
Stolen away by Swain. Hello and goodbye.
And watch Condon. Condon can guard guards and then switch on the big. He's guarding everybody on this end of the court.
Swain, nice.
Playing his best.
And another block. Third on this possession. Road loss to Georgia on Saturday. Longhorns have won 5 out of 6. Swain.
Take the lead in that category.
3 on the shot clock. Swain, floater from 14 feet.
The opening tip. Here's the formation. Dailyn Swain.
Job of not allowing the ball to turn the corner.
2 on the shot clock. The Horns another late shot. And now Dailyn Swain. He has an early 4 in the first 4 minutes. Good hands by Ross, but Swain kept it.
It's where Swain is at his best in transition.
Great shot fake. There's 2 freshmen along this season.
Absolutely.
Starting to contribute some significant, impactful minutes. Kareem Stagg and Jake Wilkins.
Off lobs for their big guys of LSU.
Here's Swain in traffic. What a finish for Dailyn.
LSU sitting on 2 for 7.
Swain, come on now.
Pass by Reese. You see the impact Nwoko has when he is able to stay on the floor and not get foul trouble.
Swain, too much. Swain on top of him. Crosses him up. Wraps around.
Value to be respected, but Sean Miller comes with a lot behind him.
Swain left wide open. Leading scorer for the Horns, Dailyn Swain this year. He gets that with Australia. Massive jump stop. Stolen by Swain. Split the defenders, lay it up and in. Swain defended by Pierce. The crossover. The hesitation. Off glass. Shot clock down to 7. Outside to Swain. He's got to go. Oh!
That's ideal. But you also don't want to lose the game that you kind of build a little lead in.
Swain has 20 points tonight. Here in Austin when Mississippi State defeated UT in overtime to begin SEC play in January. Swain's got second half. 23 on the night overall. Looking for more. Swain slicing through. Trailing by 3. Come Mark trying to find the range and the rhythm so far. Swain from downtown. And we're Knox to Strong, had it batted away by Dailyn Swain. Whether or not you want to appeal or go ahead and institute the challenge. Sean Miller with a quick spin. 70 to 68, down 2.
Ooh, nice cross.
Swain, the spin, and the finish. And the Horns get it back, leading by 4, 2.5 to play. Great look to Swain. Problem for the Horns. 8 ties, 2 lead changes so far. Swain, make it 3, leading.
Call games like robots. Again, put them in gray shirts, not black and white.
Swain finds
into the game, as is Wiltshire for the first time. Swain still scoreless until 5 to shoot for Dailyn Swain. Pulls up from 3 and not. Swain. Swain step through. Back out Swain, 5 to shoot. Contested 3.
Pressure. They'll go back to zone after that, man to man.
Here's Dailyn Swain, the leader in every. They are top 40 nationally in defensive efficiency, and this one is taken away. Swain ripped it, trying to finish, and dunks.
Not all, close.
Here's Swain for 3. He had the Kane guarding Mark. Swain had to get that high, and Swain got it back. Swain attacking and finishing. Mark in the flow, too strong. Back to Swain. Swain and 1! Up and over, Santo.
Can't finish at the rim, though.
Wiltshire was hounding him. Here's Swain. Swain to finish, but to... Late in the shot clock for Swain. Sizing that one.
How to get buckets. And this is a game they're going to need him to have to heat up, as Kentucky seems to be very spirited on the defensive end.
Wow. Here comes Jordan Pope. Swain scoops it in with the squad. 3-point game, less than 5 minutes to play in the first half. Swain ties it with... Swain counted in the foul. Norway remains on the floor. One more foul, Texas in the bonus. Swain in the paint, floater.
That's not a great spot to stop.
Right there at half court, Dailyn Swain in the air. 5 minutes in, 9-5 for the Cats, trailing by 15 or more in the second half.
It's starting to look like something we've discussed earlier this season, that Florida still may be the best team in this defense to get set, and that's where A&M's been at their best.
Showtime! Turn the momentum in this season. Joe Lunardi's got Texas as the last team in right now. His bracketology up.
She's not letting that defense get going.
A dangerous pass to Mark from Pope. Inside to Swain. Swain with a chance.
Pushes to Pope. Swain attacks and
open layups and the dump off that Titus tried to give Weaver.
3 for Swain. Off the glass and TCU transfer back. It will be at 100%. Backdoor cut, Swain! Oh, back-to-back stretch in SEC play. Just 12 over the last 2. Here's Swain. The fadeaway beats
Alabama. All 5 of the Alabama Crimson Tide can shoot and will shoot the threes. Want to go down low. Swain, the left, and that's up dropping. Allows Phylon to get all the way to the 10. Swain back inside that paint. Deep puts. But he says there's nobody that takes a back seat to Aiden Holloway. More inside. Those free throws. They had a lead of 11 at one point, down to 1 as we begin half number 2. And Swain with a nice drive is third. So Swain went out, and immediately Alabama went on a 9-3 run. Difficult shot. And their bigs come out and play defense against shooting guards. Boswell was there defensively
in the game today. And so far, Texas has struggled to contain the basketball off the bounce. Mississippi State's gotten it wherever they wanted it to go.
Open 3 for Swain. Now grabs his left calf. Appears to be okay, and here's Weaver.
It was close because Jordan Pope was on him.
Swain. Switch between man and zone these last 10 possessions or so, and that seems to be keeping Texas on its heels. There's Swain. That's a 3. He was there.
He never got off balance.
It made me nervous.
Yeah.
Timer under 10. That's 41. 12-second differential between game and shot clock. Wild day in the SEC. That continues tonight in Austin. Euro for Swain. They will credit those points. Jamarian Davis-Fleming will credit those.
Ball screen unattested.
Well, Texas whittled that lead down to 1 several times, and then here comes the
right underneath, and the rebound for Texas by Lucina Traore. Now Swain gallops down the lane for a 2. As Weaver kicks it to Tremont Mark. Double team, got rid of it out on the right side of Swain. Down the 3 to shoot. Dailyn spins in the paint, puts it off the glass. Or would have been a shot clock violation, but rebound cleared by Dailyn Swain anyway for Texas. Here's Dailyn driving in the lane. He's fouled. Will they count the bucket? Yeah.
Largest lead for Connecticut at 9. Swain flaring and driving. He can elevate in the lane for 2.
Been able to get loose for some good looks.
Swain just pounded there by Terrace Reed. He crossed him over and got
3-point lead for the Longhorns. Swain showing the moves, and one up with the rebound. He's got 3. Swain the other way, the adjustment midair in the SWAC. And the signal is he's going back to the team locker.
Create and get their own buckets without relying on Cooper Flag. Like, yes, Cooper Flag was Mr. Do It All, but he didn't have to do it all.
3 on the shot clock for Swain. And Swain high off.
System perfectly.
Taken away by Swain. Swain has Weaver. He takes it himself with the...
I think in the back of his mind is there going to be a shot blocker that's going to rotate over and clear this out.
Like right here.
The front court's one of the best in the country with Braden Huff and Graham Ike. And for whatever reason, Graham Ike has had a lot of success against them.
McNeil throws it to nowhere. And it's now a foot race. Williams chasing Swain. Here's Jordan Pope. Goes off glass.
Rowlett.
Johnson got that one swiped away by Swain. Texas with the numbers. Swain gonna do it himself. Up, in. Just blanketed it.
That was like LaFonso Ellis-like. Just snatching the ball out of the air.
And then it's Swain. Too strong, gets his own miss. Here's an open 3 left wings. Swain with the left goes off the... Here's Swain being guarded by John.
Swain's going to attack him.
Finishes off.
Sean Miller really high on Swain. We had him at Xavier. He said he's really multi-dimensional.
5 baskets to this point. It's been really physical to start. And a nice save deep in the corner there by Heidi.
Junior out of Minnesota who can really shoot it. Transfer from Purdue and wriggling in. Here's Heidi, as you mentioned, 39% for Purdue from three-point land last year. Swain slamming on the break.
Out in front offensively.
I think, Chris, that's the motivational ability of Sean Miller. He will never accept mediocrity.
Here's Swain, who's been a major factor, knifing into the lane again.
Just gave it right to Swain.
Like I was just saying.
Lob City! No, he did! Defenders swaying the ball. Volkatitis on the run, the cradle!
Longhorns almost tipped it out of their own hands, but Swain comes away with a bounce pass. A good, low, hard pass.
30, as Dari mentioned, Pope, Swain, Volkatitis, they each have 10. Swain stating his case for first team All-SEC. Arguably the most valuable player. Pope with the rebound. Swain the lob, Nick Cody the flush. Working off the screen. Swain offensive rebound. The kick to Pope for three. Pope got it!
Saunders, they've got to try to figure out their new identity, which I feel like they will as they continue to go.
Because if I'm having to teach this time of year,
right,
then that's not what we need to be doing. Book has been emphatic. Nick Cody. Give the pass.
Well, that last game on the SEC Network, Oklahoma at Texas, the Oklahoma, Houston, right? They went through a couple of game stretch, and Kelvin Sampson said, yeah, it's not easy.
It's because the game has lost its fluidity.
Wilcher open, connect.
Court starting to come together. A lot of depth in the front court as well.
Wakatitis back on the floor and created some space and went it into a finger roll and went right over the hoop. Nice dish. Wakatitis to slam deep on the baseline. Again, Wakatitis.
Swain as well, who's got no offensive flow. Can they work the middle of the court with him as the ball handler?
Here's Wakatitis, got deep.
Mark claims a rebound. Three-point. Trying to get going with some instant offense. 13 in Garnet. Swain outside to Mark, corner three. Val did get the call. He hit those two free throws coming out of that last break. Still just a 4-point lead. Kendall Weaver changing stats this year, and it's really the starting five. And may try to sprinkle in Dayton Forsythe a little more today. Volkatitis with a two-man game, and here comes Pope. The rotation, beautiful on this possession. Weaves.
And then he finds one and creates a chase.
Heidi left wide open, a great play out of the time. Bucket by Brown on the stick back, stops a scoring drought of 2.5 minutes. Here's Wilcher again. Corner three.
All kinds of momentum early, now trying to sustain. And
under the boards, and it's a man's game. And with under 11 minutes to go, the pass and settled for a much higher degree of difficulty.
Lob, Volkatitis.
Didn't want to jump on that one. I don't blame him.
Back to it. Kane nearly got it again. Volkatitis inside. Basketball, just under 95 points per game at 54. Volkatitis.
There's a snatch by Swain, now off and going. Finds Mark, first points of the night.
Vanderbilt, one of 3 teams nationally in Ken Palm's top 11 and on the shot clock. Swain dumps it. Volkatitis has to go. And flush.
You have the mismatch down low if you can get it there.
Level. Lead for Texas has hovered around 5 points for most of the second half. Very average when they do. Vandy turns it over. Swain, Weaver, point blank.
In his team right now.
Well, I focus on number 3 in the middle of that lineup. Dailyn Swain off a game in which he had 34 points, 14 rebounds.
Yeah, good positional defense though, right, by Traore.
Just another strong rebound in traffic. Horns the other way. Swain outside, that's a three.
Tremont Mark to the inside of that zone.
Weaver outside to Swain. Outside to Weaver. Corner!
Maryland Eastern Shore opens in man-to-man. The left side is Dailyn Swain. Lobs it in for Vocatitis for Mark again. Tremont behind a Vocatitis screen to the right wing with dribble. Bounce pass. Pope goes to Swain to a cutting Kendall Weaver.
Southern just 5 of 16 from the field. 9 turnovers. Vocatitis has... Vocatitis. And 100% of all those donations goes directly to cancer research. The 55-34 lead, Virginia over Texas. Lil Chu.
That first half, 42 in the second half so far for Virginia. Who wants to get in the stance and defend?
Oh, what a pass there from Swain.
A lot. He was born in Munich, Germany.
They ran the ball up the floor quickly there. And Trevor said, I like to play out of...
Then can you work collectively as a unit to score?
Swing it over to Richmond. Back to Acuff. 6 minutes in. All Hogs. Acuff.
To Georgia Biggs. Kane. Thought better of the three. Had it blocked.
And if you're Keyshawn Hall, you're going to have to be decisive when you get the ball. Texas has shown a lot of bodies.
Hall, rich force. And they have put a lot of pressure on that rim in this game. Yeah, Allen, wrap around Sherrill off the line, keep your lead, and play from there.
Holloway penetrates.
Wow. Works at the Dorian Staples. Staples back around to Levi Beckwith. Beckwith picks it up, bounce pass, works it back out front to Teal again, 10 to shoot. Teal retreats with the dribble now. Started right, dashes back left, spins in the paint, bounce pass underneath.
Great at the free throw line. It's been better as of late. 5 for 6 against North Carolina State. 2 for 3 tonight. Here's DeRitter on Heidi. Size mismatch. Tillis driving on Swain, in trouble. 7-footer backs off. Swain got a piece of it. Tillis got it back, tried to go behind the
5, counting down in half number 1.
Well, Texas has scored 72 points in the paint last night.
Cox looking for help. A nice feed down low. Working in the paint.
Swain. To a 2-1 lead. Since then, Arkansas found a different gear. And off the knee.
Ball with the steal.
And that's exactly why he might be the Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC.
Condon shuffles it to Flan. Brown with the spin, forgot the back. Just 1 for 6 on the season from deep. And a 10.
8 minutes into the first half, you could make the case that this is about as good an 8 minutes as we've seen from Georgia.
Jaden Stone from Perth, Australia. Massive jump stop. Nick Randall currently. Mark Mitchell behind the back. Jacob Cruz, bottled up by Vocatitis, stolen by Swain.
Draw up some nice plays, and we see that, and you hear about it from opposing coaches when South Carolina squares off with teams. Knox to Strong, had it back.
They are top 40 nationally in defensive efficiency, and this one is taken to mark. And with 30 seconds left, here comes Smurf.
Owe was open for a moment. Aberdeen didn't see it. And now picked by...
The miss. It allows the rest of your defense to get set, and that's where A&M's going to have to...
Nate Amen is a spectacular freshman, the highest rated freshman and recruit they've ever had. He just had him. He has the ball now.
Yeah, he's been a low turnover guy in the minutes that he's gotten.
Amen passed up one.
They're not real physical with him, but certainly without him.
There's a steal.
Inside to Dorian Staples. Staples to the right block, works to the Zion O'Banla, trying to back down Dailyn Swain. Pass picked off by Tremont by Kendall Weaver. 5 on the shot clock, pass the flick. Pass goes over to the right side, and Mario Hansen has a pass deflected.
You mentioned Ball has not been able to knock those open shots down. He's got to still keep busy. Nice little dribble handoff.
Caravan riding the...
London came to Virginia, and in Tony's system, he thrived, right? He fit that system perfectly. The Elite 8, Sweet 16 on a consistent basis.
Hall, tell us, back to Hall.
Quality shots within the flow of how they want to play.
How about 5 of 6 to start the second half? Like he's being rushed or out of control. He always seems like he's just at his own.
Then Mo Odom to corral it.
Johnson got that one swiped over.
Possession. Daniel Helterhoff from Germany.